Hi everyone, welcome to FinTech Academy. This is Hirsch. Today I will be showing how to enter bills in QuickBooks Online. And we will be also looking at how to link the bills with a purchase order if it has been entered before. All right, let's get started with that. All right, entering bills. Suppliers that extend credit to you will send you a bill that should be paid by the due date indicated on the bill. So, of course, when we talk about the bill, we are referring to the supplier bills or the vendor bills. In order to stay on top of these unpaid bills, you need to enter them into QuickBooks. By entering bills into QuickBooks, you can stay on top of your accounts payable balances. So accounts payable is the money which is to be paid to the suppliers or the vendors, and it is a liability for the business. So in the balance sheet, it will be shown in the section of liabilities. By entering bills in QuickBooks and paying them as close to the due dates as possible, you will have better control over your cash flow. All right, how do we enter that? Well, you go to suppliers within QuickBooks Online, and in that you will see there is a bill. You pick that template and you record the transaction, which I'm going to show you momentarily live how to do that. All right, before we do that, let's understand and look at this tip to help prevent you from paying for something twice. It is very important that you enter the bill number, which is the invoice number for all the bills. So basically, many times, this could be an issue which I've seen in companies especially when I do consulting. What happens is that they, by mistake, have entered a bill twice for the same vendor. And unfortunately, if that can be an error which can happen when there could be like multiple bills coming, and even if there is one or two or five, whatever the number is, what should be done to prevent such kind of error is that typically this will be a unique number issued by the vendor. So basically the bill, let's say there's a bill number 200, and if that has been recorded in QuickBooks already, then there is a feature in QuickBooks that, hey, if you record the same bill number for the same vendor, then it will just give you a small little pop-up that you have already entered this bill number. By that, you can control that, hey, you know what, there, you don't duplicate that transaction, and in turn, you don't pay the vendor more than once by mistake. Of course, things can be rectified later, but you don't want to make a mistake on that part and inflate your accounts payable. By entering the invoice number, QuickBooks will alert you if a duplicate bill number or invoice number has been entered from the same vendor or the supplier. All right, let's see in action how we can understand and how we can find out with respect to recording bills. Right guys, so I am right over here in QuickBooks Online, and to record a supplier bill, we click on the plus over here, and there's a section of suppliers, and within that the third line is bill. So that's what we'll be clicking on. Right, so once we click on the bill over here, we will be taken to the template, and we will be able to record the transaction on the bill part. So there you go, it says bill on the top over here. The supplier we select over here. So I'm going to click on the small down arrow over here, and I have a few suppliers created. So I'm going to select this chair rolled, that is a supplier. As soon as I click on that, as I have already entered a purchase order for this supplier, it shows over here that, hey, did you want to add that and the items that you have mentioned in the purchase order? And this is how you can link the transaction for which you already have entered the PO. QuickBooks will show you in this particular pop-up over here that add all. Either you click on that or you click add, they will do the same thing. Let's see if I click on add like this, whatever information we have in that purchase order is going to be transpired over here. So we have the total value coming in, the bill date is shown, so I'm just going to put in the date as an assumption that, let's say, we received the amount, the goods on the 9th of August, or the bill was sent on 9th of August, if there is a due date on that, I can put in the trims over here that, hey, you know what, it's 30 days or 15 days, whatever it is, and automatically this date will be updated. Let's say I'm going to enter a bill number over here stating the bill number is, let's say, 202, like this over here. I'll go down, so it's going to update over here the bill number, and go a little bit down over here because I already have these items popping up from the purchase order. So if I want to make a change on that, yes, certainly I can. I'll just look at the vendor bill. If everything is matching, that amount is also good, then you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and complete save and new or save and close on the bottom over here. If you do want to mention anything over here as a memo, you certainly can. If you want to add an item, for example, there is a freight and delivery as an expense over here, let's say that is $200, and there is a tax portion on that. Yes, no, we need to specify that over here. If there is one, then you know your bill is going to go up with that amount over here, which has now changed. So there you go. I'm going to do save and close over here, and the vendor bill has been recorded. So if I go on the left over here and the expenses, right, and I click on the suppliers over here, then I will be able to see chair rolled, and it is going to show me that that is the amount that we need to pay. So if I click on chair rolled, it's going to open the vendor portion over here, the vendor account, and it's going to show me that is the amount to be paid, and that is the transaction which shows up over here. That's the bill that we entered. So guys, this is how you can link to an existing PO the bill, and if I open the PO over here, it's going to show me that the PO is closed with respect to, because we have received the bill. And if you want to go and look at the bill, you can even click on the top over here like this. It's going to show me that that's the bill which has been linked, and if I click on that bill, it's going to take me directly to that bill number 202. All right, perfect. So that is how you record a bill over here. Now let's say if I go back over here in the plus and click on the bill again, let's say I received one more bill from this vendor chair roll, okay, and the date on that, let's say I put in August 10th, and I'm going to put in by mistake the same bill number, which is 202. All right, what QuickBooks has done, it's showing me automatically whatever was the previous last bill that I entered, the transactions and the details of that. I'm going to decide myself if I want to make any change. For example, I only ordered these patio chairs, and that was also 2 quantity or 2 numbers. The bill will be updated in that way. Now if I do save and close, remember we have the same bill number. Let's see what QuickBooks does, and this is what is the problem. It went ahead and completed and saved the transaction. Now we are thinking that, hey, you know what, we have 2 bills with the same bill number over here. Why did QuickBooks not point us or give us a warning or any information or any message? Well, the reason behind that is that we need to activate one feature which is not activated by default, and that's where most of the times if someone has not gone manually and turned it on, you can miss this valuable feature. All right, so what is that? Well, I will have to go to the gear icon on the top right hand over here. Okay, once I click on that, I will be going to in this section of your company, and I will be clicking on account and settings. Okay, I click on that account and settings, and on the left we'll be able to see the last tab that we have is advanced. So I'm going to click on the advanced tab, and if I go a little bit down over here, right, then you will be able to see that there are some other preferences, not currency, but this section I'm targeting, which is other preferences. And in that there is one of the option that says warn me when I enter a bill number that's already been used for that supplier. Now that is off. That's where we have an issue. I can click on this off over here directly, or I can click on the edit which we have on the top right hand corner, which is like a pencil kind of thing. Either of them will work, and I am going to turn this thing on. Now I'm going to do save over here once I turn that thing on, and thereafter I will do or click on done on the bottom right hand corner. So the screen will just refresh, and I'll click on done, and we have completed that, and we have turned on that setting. Right guys, so now that we have turned on that setting, let's go to the plus again and let's go to the bill over here again, and I'm going to select once again the same vendor, that is Chair World. I'll change the date this time to, let's say, 12th of August, and I'm going to put in the same bill number, which is 202. All right, I have the freight and delivery, let's say, and this exactly same one at 560.48. Maybe you can consider that I'm re-entering the same bill, which is a mistake. Let's see what QuickBooks does now. There we go. We have a prompt: duplicate bill supplier number. A bill with this number 202 was already entered for this supplier. Save anyway. So basically QuickBooks is giving us a small little pop-up. It's for us to decide, of course, that whether we still want to go ahead, or I can say no, that don't do that, and I put a wrong number, I can fix that, or I just want to come out of this particular bill and go and check that, hey, let me go to my suppliers. On the left there is expenses, and then I'm going to click on suppliers, and I'm going to see over here in Chair World what's going on. Yes, I do have that, and probably I'll notice at that time that, okay, because I did not have that feature turned on, maybe there was a duplication. But now because I have that feature turned on, that the same bill number from the same supplier will be stopped. Now, if you're wondering that, hey, if we get a 202 bill number from another vendor, will that also be considered as a duplicate? The answer to that is no, because it could be 202 bill number, but the vendor is different. So basically it's only for the vendors which you already have entered, and the vendor name is matching and the bill number is matching, then QuickBooks is going to prompt you. All right guys, so that is about how to record the transaction for the vendor bill. Let's see, I'll just go through a quick report, and when I click on the reports and go to the balance sheet, so that we can see over here that the accounts payable is where the impact is. So basically payables which is pending yet to be paid, right? So that's going to show in this portion over here. If I click on the accounts payable over here, it's going to show me that what vendor bills we are referring to. So right over here I have this Chair World and both of the bills which are yet to be paid. When I click on that Chair World bill like this, it's going to show this is what it is, right? And it'll tell me make payment on the top, which is the portion that can be completed when you complete a payment or when you make a payment to the vendor. Right, so let's understand what is going to be the impact of entering bills on the financials. So this is an example which we did, where entering bills in QuickBooks for inventory, because we did get in some inventory which is in the form of chairs, right? What is going to be the impact? And this is at times could be a tricky part, right? If someone is not through the inventory, and how does the impacts happen when entering bills in QuickBooks to pay for a product that will be added to inventory? The accounts and financial statements are affected as follows. So account affected, there are 3 columns. That's the first one. Second is the impact on account, so whether it's going to be going up or down or increase or decrease. And third is a financial statement, so which financial statement will be impacted. So first of all, accounts impacted will be accounts payable, mean to say we have to pay the money to the vendors, so of course it is going to go and hit on the accounts payable. That is going to increase, and the financial statement is going to be balance sheet. The second impact will be on the inventory asset. So that's what could be a question mark, that hey, you know what, how come it's inventory asset? Well, we are buying the inventory and we are stocking, or we are putting that in our warehouse, so it's an asset for our business. So at that time, let's say if I got 10 chairs or 100 chairs, whatever I got, right, it's an asset. It's going to show us in the balance sheet on the asset side. That's why the inventory asset is going to increase, and the financial statement is also going to be impacted, which is balance sheet. So this is what the impact happens when you have when you enter a bill with an inventory in there. Now if instead of inventory, if you had, let's say, an expense, then of course it will go and hit the expense straight away, and that is the one that would increase, but the statement over here would be profit and loss. So that's a difference when you are entering the bills for inventory or you are entering the bill for an expense that gets impacted. Especially for the inventory, it is a little bit of tricky because you know, if you understand the concept of the COGS, like cost of goods sold, and when there's a purchase inventory, then this will make complete sense that yes, the inventory goes up, and that's the reason it will go and hit on the balance sheet side. So guys, that's what is about in this video tutorial about recording the bills or entering the bills in QuickBooks Online, and seeing the impact and how you can link it back to the PO, as well as on the balance sheet how the numbers are displayed. All right guys, if you found this video helpful, please like our video and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Also, let me know in comments what would you like to see in future videos, i.e. Hirsch, I want to see this video, or Hirsch, can you make a video on this topic for accounting and bookkeeping, QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Online, Microsoft Excel, Canadian Income Tax T1, Canadian Income Tax T2, or Canadian Payroll. Alternatively, you can also visit us at fintechsolutions.ca for our courses. Thanks for watching.